Okay, it says I'm live. Hi, Shadow. How are you doing? I normally do these in the evening, you guys, because that's just the way it works for my schedule. But originally, tonight, I was going to be on Sound Booth Theater's live stream. And so that's why I was going to do this earlier, because I didn't think I'd have the energy to do one after the live stream later tonight. But then the live stream tonight got canceled. And I thought about changing the time, but then I just decided, nah, I'll just go ahead and keep it the way it is. I don't know what the heck I'm going to talk about. I never know what I'm going to do when I jump into these just sort of casual live stream chats. Hi, Drew. How are you doing? But I figured I'd just talk about movies, which is what I love to talk about the most. And this is the 4-year anniversary of my channel. Technically not really, because technically my first video was uploaded in November, I think, of 2018, but we don't count that because that had nothing to do with movies, and I didn't know where I really was wanting to go with the channel. And so I count the anniversary of my channel as July 12th because that's when my first official reaction video ever went up. It was for the movie The Farewell, starring Awkwafina. Hey Tariq, how are you doing? Anyway, yeah, so movies. I went to go see Mission Impossible yesterday with Arturo, and oh, here he comes. I was just talking. I just went live. What?
About what are you live with?
It's for my anniversary. Sorry, this. Oh. So anyway, hey, how you doing? It's good to see you here. Mission Impossible. How many of you got? Okay, so.
How many of you guys seen Corey as the same?
Oh no, stop.
That needs to be an anniversary of its own.
No, it doesn't. So, I was about to talk Mission Impossible because we did go to see it. Archer and I went to go see it. I put up a little short, just a quick out of the theater. I did film a review. I just haven't edited it yet. I've been too busy. Plus, I had the original idea was I was going to be on live streams twice today, and it was just too much with work and live streams and editing. So I'll just put the video up tomorrow. That's the idea. What's the plan for your channel from now until the 5th? Mike, more of the same. Just more movie talk, more movie reviews, maybe some reactions to more reactions to. I would like to get back to some reactions, which is what I had been doing more often, and now I'm doing what is my absolute favorite thing, which is to talk about movies. But I do want to get back to doing some more reactions and stuff. So yeah, that's the plan. No spoilers. I won't give any spoilers to Rika, but I will just say a couple things about it. Basically, like what I said in the out of the theater reaction. Hey Jason, thank you. Thank you very much. It's crazy. It's been 4 years. I can't believe it. It doesn't feel like it's been that long. It's been so much fun. And it just like this little thing that was an outlet for me to kind of take a break from my normal work, which I love. I love my job. I work in audiobooks, and it's like the best job ever. But sometimes, well, a lot of times the material wasn't something that I was connecting with, and I wanted some other place where I could just talk about stories that were more interesting to me, and the medium for that is usually in the form of movies or TV shows. So that's why I got the movie. That's why I started this channel. So, okay, Mission Impossible. Y'all, I am convinced that Tom Cruise, his goal in life is to die making a movie, performing a stunt. I swear to goodness, the stuff this man does. So, Mission Impossible 7. I liked it. I had some issues with it that kind of touch on the same sort of issues that I had with John Wick 4. It veered a little bit into John Wicky territory. But it wasn't enough to make me get completely, like, so utterly annoyed with it or anything like that. So, the stunts in here, oh my goodness. Let me get to the... Yeah, Billy Connolly. You know, Billy Connolly's videos, almost every single time I react to them, they get immediately blocked. And then I have this long, arduous dispute process that I have to go through with the copyright stuff. Some of his videos that I put up, they're still blocked. I just haven't taken the time to go through the dispute because you have to be smart about when you do it. You don't want to put too many appeals out there, because if you put more than 2 or 3 and all 3 of them get denied, your channel will go away until you can get things fixed. So it's really aggravating. Thank you, Tariq. It's been so much fun. Doesn't feel like work at all. It feels like just an absolute blast. And I love being able to meet with so many like-minded people when it comes to the enjoyment of talking about films. I agree. He really does feel like, so, despite the issues that I have with Mission Impossible, this was a pretty solid film. And the stunts, there were multiple moments where I was just like, and I was like grabbing my chair, and I'm like saying all sorts of curse words because I was getting so uptight, because it was like stuff with heights was happening, and I get really, really tense when that's involved. And yeah, and it while that scene with him going over the cliff and the motorcycle and with the parachute, that got me pretty pent up. I'd already seen clips of it already, because we've seen it already in the trailers and stuff, so I was prepared for that. But there was some other stuff that was happening that involved heights that made me pretty doggone nervous. So yeah, me too. The movie talk is the best talk. That's my favorite thing. Love it so much. Happy anniversary. I'll be in and out on this one because it's very, oh yeah, I know it's, oh wow. Yeah, it is early. Oh yeah. Okay. So you're exactly about 12 hours. I can never fully remember the time difference, but yeah, that's a significant time difference. It's been absolute, oh yeah. Short as it. Same here, Mike. It's been so fun to meet you guys and to be able to participate in the movie discussions on your channels. And just like I was saying to Dee, so Dee and I had a watch party. We watched the Arnold documentary this past Friday, and then this past Sunday we filmed a review collaboration film, like review discussion about the Arnold documentary, and that Arnold documentary is so good, you guys. I highly recommend it. It makes up for Fubar. Fubar's terrible. But anyway, Dee and I were talking about this little movie community that we've got, like this little community here on YouTube of movie lovers, and how awesome it's been. And I was saying how that on all the different live streams I've been on where we've talked about movies, and maybe we'll have completely conflicting viewpoints about a particular film or whatever. Maybe I'll love something most people hate, or maybe I'll dislike something most people love. There's never been an instance so far, knock on wood, where someone has been an absolute asshole about a difference of opinions. Now, this happens all the time on like Twitter. That is definitely a thing, but people are behind the screen and they're not talking to you face to face. So people can tend to be a little bit more snarky and not very nice when they're behind a screen. But the experience that I've had in all the movie talking that I've done with so many different YouTubers, it's just been an absolute blast. I've loved every single moment of it. I don't think Barbie and Oppenheimer will beat out Mission. They might not, because it feels to me like Mission Impossible is sort of the type of film that can appeal across the board to different types of audiences, whereas Barbie and Oppenheimer, they feel almost niche. Like, not everybody's going to be interested in Barbie. I'm not interested in Barbie at all, like not at all. And that's not all due to the fact that Ryan Gosling does absolutely zero for me as an actor. I'm sure he's a lovely human being, but I just like, there's nothing about him that draws me to his stuff. It's also just, I'm not interested in a Barbie story. I mean, I know a lot of people are, and I'm sure Margot Robbie's going to do wonderful. She looks like Barbie, for goodness sakes. But the storyline, it just does not, there's nothing about it that appeals to me. Now, if I change my mind and go watch it, I'll do a review, but I really just have no plans at all to go see it. And Oppenheimer, I wasn't really thinking about going to see it, and I know that my dad and Arturo are interested, so I don't know, but I just don't feel, it's just, that's also not something that's drawing me. Plus, it's 3 hours and a 3-hour character drama. I don't know. I just don't know how well that will play with me. I would say I'm sure it's going to be fine, but I didn't think Dunkirk was all that great. That was a disappointment. So I don't know. We'll see. Is it me? Oh, you know what? I almost said, well, wait a second, Top Gun. But yeah, he does ride a motorcycle in Top Gun. And he runs. He runs multiple times in Mission Impossible. So, oh, you're very kind to say that. I don't feel that way. Um, my son tells me that I should put more effort into my videos because I just don't have, my videos are not very polished, but I don't have time. And if I had to take the time to make my videos look really nice and cool and show all sorts of video overlay and all that sorts of stuff, I would never put any videos out because I'm really busy with my day job. And it does take quite a bit of time, even to effort the very simple videos that I put out there. It takes a bit because I've gotten a little bit more strict with my editing. I used to just do very little editing, but now I just take out a lot of the longer pauses and the ums and the ahs and the deep breaths. So I put a little bit more effort into it, but nowhere near the amount that some other people do. But that's mostly just because I don't have time and I just want to just talk about stuff. So my goal is not to be like a Chris Stuckman or anything. That's never going to happen. I just want to gab about movies. Thank you very much, Iron Herder. It's been crazy that it's been 4 years already. Barbie's already getting... Oh, yeah, I heard about that. And I didn't understand what the deal was. And then I heard that what's in there isn't what they're thinking it's supposed to mean. So I don't know. I don't know. I admit to being completely ignorant about that whole situation. So I don't know if the filmmakers are being honest about saying that that's not what that means, or if there's something more going on that I don't know about. Thank you. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. Not to be country, but I don't believe that Tom... Oh, yes, that's a good one. Yeah, because I was trying to think of... You're right. He didn't. He rode a horse, though. So Mission Impossible 7, the stunt choreography or the fight choreography, I did specifically mention in my review. I did a audio voiceover because I'd forgotten. I think I'd forgotten to mention it in my video portion. I might not have. I guess I'll know when I get around to editing it. But there is a fight scene that happens in a very narrow alley that feels claustrophobic because it's such a narrow alley, but it's really cool to see how they filmed it. And all the way up until the end, I was thinking to myself, wow, the fight choreography has been just great. There's none of that swinging high so the person can duck sort of thing that I've mentioned multiple times in my videos. But right at the end, there's a fight that happens and the swing high so he could miss happened. And I noticed it right away, and I did mention it in my videos. But I mean, this, that happens in so many movies. It's hard to get that stuff perfect. But as a whole, I think it was enjoyable. I might like the 6th movie a little bit more, only because of the nitpicky stuff that I mentioned in my review. But I've only seen the 6th movie once. So it's possible if I would go back and rewatch it, I would see some of the same things that bothered me. Haley Atwell's character, she's great in here. Her acting is great. I hated her character for like 99% of the movie. And I wanted her to go away. I did not like her. She caused so many problems. And there's a particular thing that she does that causes another particular thing to happen that I feel very resentful towards her character about. And don't understand why his character was just so gung-ho to just like jump to her aid and do that. Anyway, I mean, I guess I get it. We're talking Haley Atwell here, but still, it was aggravating. She was aggravating. Loquacious. I wish I could have been there. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Dee. It's been an absolute pleasure and an honor to get to know you. You're just so much fun. And it's been so great to our long ass chats that we've had where I talk your ear off. It's been wonderful. And I need to get to editing that Arnold documentary review. I think Mission Impossible will be one of the biggest movies of the year. Top Gun Maverick was a huge hit last year, and Fallout made a lot of money. Yes, I am not so sure that this one is going to beat the excellence of Top Gun Maverick. I think Top Gun Maverick is the superior movie because the writing is just so much more solid, and the things that the characters do and the actions that the characters take make more sense than and there was also not a lot of that John Wicky stuff that was happening, and last minute sort of things that happen at just the exact right time. Yes, that does occur at least one point in Top Gun Maverick, but it was a thing for sure in Mission Impossible 7, and that kind of grated on me a little bit. It's certainly, I mean, I do tend to focus sometimes more on the negatives when certain things agitate me, but the movie's good. It's an excellent big screen experience. I will be adding it to my Mission Impossible collection. I have all of the movies. The only movies that poor things. I've seen the trailer for that, and it looks a little bit. It looks a little strange. I'm not sure if I'm interested in that, but the trailer is certainly. I don't know. It's different. It's different for sure. It looks like some type of weird version of Frankenstein is what it feels like. Is that what it is? Because I hadn't heard of it at all until the trailer came out. It's a franchise. Well, that's true. That's exactly, yeah, the franchise aspect of it. I don't know if anything will beat Super Mario Bros. This year in the box office. Mission Impossible may have a chance. What, you know, I didn't like a recent trailer come out for Wonka. That's another movie I have zero interest in. Not interested in Wonka at all. I haven't even seen any of the others because it just doesn't look interesting to me. You like Strange? Well, I guess if you do, this movie looks like it's going to be something that'll be right up your alley. But also, speaking of so I went to go see a mystery movie on Monday, obviously, and it was what I suspected it was going to be. It was the upcoming movie, Talk to Me. You guys, that is a really good horror movie. That's one of the few supernatural type of horror movies that is effectively creepy and with some legitimately disturbing imagery. And yes, if you're still here, there's a thing with an eyeball that will bother you, but this movie is really solid. I was impressed with it, and it's A24. So I didn't realize when I saw the trailer for Talk to Me, for some reason, like I mentioned in my review, which I haven't edited yet, it didn't sink in that this movie was an Aussie film. For some reason, like the accents, the dialect, I didn't notice it. And so when I go there, and the directors come on screen and they say who they are, and then they say that the movie that they're premiering is Talk to Me, and then it started to show the credits, and it was saying like an Australian studio production or something like that. I was, wow, I didn't know this was an Aussie movie. And yeah, it is. And maybe that's one of the reasons it's one of the more solid horror films that I've seen in a good long while. The writing was quite solid. Things that I initially thought were cons weren't really cons, because later you kind of understand that particular situation. So if you like horror, and I guess if you like A24, which I'm a little leery of A24 because they've had some stinkers, or they put out some stuff. Like A24 has a lot of high quality junk, because I've watched some things from them that I just hate. I hate The Green Knight. I hated that movie, and some other stuff. But there are things here and there that they have put out there that I've enjoyed. There's one with Christopher Plummer. I think it's called Remember, where he plays a Holocaust survivor with Alzheimer's who's on a revenge mission. That was actually a really good film. I recommend that as well. I think we have a. I haven't watched a Mission Impossible movie on the big screen. It was not my cup. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, it's definitely a vehicle for him to do some crazy stuff. I mean, whew. I just can't. So, maybe you guys have all heard by now that he said, or some news came out that he wanted to do that motorcycle off the cliff stunt first in case he got killed. My thinking is, why don't you save that for the last? So in case something horrible happens, they can just digitally put it in there. That's awful, isn't it? Because at least that way you will have the movie completed, and all these people who were already going to work on it will be able to get their job done. That sounds really warped when you say it that way, but that was just my thought. What else? Does Drive Away Dolls look worth seeing? You know what? I don't think I know what that is. I haven't heard of that. Let me look it up right now. Oh, it's an American comedy road film. When you say comedy, I'm immediately kind of like, but I don't know. I'm not generally into comedy, so I don't know if that's something that I'll be checking out. I know No Hard Feelings and Joyride are supposed to be really good and funny, but I'm just not that interested in them because it's comedy. So, should I feel guilty for the I'm experiencing? No, I don't think you should. I didn't hate Indy 5 as much as some other people have. But I also am feeling a sense of glee about the backlash that it's getting because I don't know. I mean, it feels like the loss of money on certain projects is going to be the only thing that wakes some of these studios up and gets them to turn around things that are of higher quality. I like the overall storyline of Indy 5. I did not like Phoebe Waller-Bridge in there at all. Did not like her. Yeah, me either. I still can't get into Western style horror movies, maybe because, yeah, you do horror very differently. We have some decent horror movies, but, well, a lot of horror films in general, they do follow a specific pattern. But here I don't know if it's just a thing with us in the West, but we've overused some things and it just gets so tropey and cliche after a while. So, I don't know. I've seen some horror movies, some like Korean horror, and generally very well done. I love horror. It's one of my favorite genres, but at the same time, most of the horror I watch feels not very good. Unfortunately. Not a massive yet. Yeah. This was horror and gore. Talk to me was shame on you. Uh-oh. Oh no. I've been unfriended. Well, I just thought of you when the scene happened. And I was like, oh, I need to talk about this movie with Dee. And I was like, oh no, there's this eye scene. It doesn't last long, but it's disturbing. The whole movie just and like I said, it's supernatural, but it was very effectively horrifying. Some of the stuff that was happening in there, which is like, holy crap. And the audience, there were multiple people that were like literally yelling out these exclamations or just noises when something very disturbing would happen, because it would happen really fast and it would be pretty doggone awful, just horrific. So not on the same level as, like, let's say Bone Tomahawk, not as bad as that, but pretty disturbing. I was impressed. And I love the acting in there. The main girl, I've never seen her before. There was only one actor in there I recognized, but the main actress in here, she plays the character of Mia. I thought she did a really, really good job. I liked her. And his wife Trisha, who was an editor. Yeah, yeah, I saw that. I was looking that up. I guess if you like his movies, the Coen brothers, though this is only him, I guess if you like his stuff, maybe this will be something right up your alley. Andy, yeah, I didn't hate it. I said on my I think it was my out of the theater reaction. I said I didn't hate this 1,000% like I expected to, and someone wrote something along the lines of, "So you hated it 900%." I thought that was funny. Yes. Dee, if you get around to watching Talk to Me, I am curious to hear your thoughts on this movie. I want to talk about it with somebody, but I can't because spoilers and nobody else has seen it. I mean, besides the people that were in the theater with me, but I don't know them, so can't talk to them. Is The Conversation a suspense film or both? Wait, is The Conversation the one with Gene Hackman? Wait. That is the one with Gene Hackman, right? You know, I've only seen bits and pieces of this. Like when I would be working, and let's say it was playing on Pluto TV or something. So I don't know. I haven't watched this. Oh, Harrison Ford was in it. Robert Duvall. Oh, it was a Francis Ford Coppola film. Cindy Williams, Frederick Forrest, Terry Garr, Harrison Ford. I really feel like I need to watch this and pay attention to it because I know that it has really solid reviews, and I've seen it described as a suspense or thriller. Okay, the summary here is saying it's an American mystery thriller film. It was written, produced, and directed by Coppola. I need to watch this movie. I'm going to put this in my letterbox list. Hold on a second. If I don't already have it in there. No, I don't. So I put it in there right now. And what other movies? I was going to look and see what other movies. Insidious the Red Door. I watched that last week. I liked it. I'm one of the few that have enjoyed the movies the more they went on. I enjoyed movies 3, 4, and 5 more than I enjoyed 1 and 2 of Insidious, which is really weird, I know, because James Wan directed the first 2. That scene, oh, right? Like, that's the only thing I can think about when I think of Bone Tomahawk, besides the fact that Kurt Russell's in it. That one scene. And I have talked it up to Dee so much that if he ever does end up getting around to watching it, it might not disturb him as much as it disturbed me. Simon, one of the guys who's on our live streams on a regular basis, he said that it didn't bother him because he felt like it had been just amped up so much, it had been talked up so much. So maybe, Dee, it's possible. Going into it prepared, you will expect something far worse than maybe what you end up experiencing. But when I saw it, I was not ready for that. And boy, I never forgot it. Talk to me. Oh, okay. I think I vaguely remember that was a Sundance film, but was that one of the ones, okay, if you say you weren't able to see it at the time, then that means it was one of the online ones. Yeah, it's an interesting premise. And also, it's not very long. It's only like about an hour and 35 minutes. So let's say 5 minutes of that are credits. But it felt longer because of all the stuff that was playing out in there. It was just, I really, really enjoyed it a lot. There's a new anime, Psalm 100, Bucket List of the Dead. Guy wakes up to the zombie apocalypse and is initially horrified, then realizes he doesn't have to work anymore. Oh no. Yeah, but he's got to figure out a way to survive. I think I'd rather the burden of having to work the rest of my life than living through a zombie apocalypse. That's funny. Is it on Crunchyroll? Arturo has Crunchyroll, and we need to get back to finishing Attack on Titan. Yes, thank you so much, Sean. I appreciate that. Thanks for being here. It's crazy. It really does not feel like it has been, does not feel like it has been 4 years. It's just, I started that channel before the world went nuts, and my channel didn't explode until I did a reaction to a Bill Burr video, which was basically about domestic mistreatment. Sorry. And that reaction was what made my channel take off. So it's been crazy, absolutely crazy. Or at least the conversation. Yeah, it wasn't, but I put it in there, so it's on my watch list. It's okay. It's all right. No worries, Glenn. Happy birthday, by the way, everybody. This is Glenn's birthday. Glenn has been also one of the early folks that subscribed to my channel. So he's been around for a good long while. Yeah, I think a lot of people weren't. Whew. We met one of the actors who was in there. Gosh, something. I don't remember his name again. I looked him up when we did a live stream. Anyway, it was interesting talking with him. Seemed like a really cool guy. Also, finally watched I See You. Right, right. Isn't it good? Anybody who has not seen I See You, please go watch this movie. It's not very long. It's only like an hour and a half, hour and 30. And oh my goodness, the twists and turns this movie takes, and the sentiments that you have, you're changing sentiments for the different characters, it's just, I was so impressed with that movie. And I recently rewatched it when my brother was in town back in June, because he hadn't seen it before. And my brother is he can be a harsher critic about some things than me. I mean, we like pretty much the same way. This is my brother, the author. And I was just curious to see if he was going to figure out what was going on. And he figured out part of it. He was like, "Oh, is this that thing I've read about where such and such and such?" I'm not going to say. And yeah, it ended up being that. But then some of the other stuff that happened threw him for a loop too. He was not expecting that. I just love that movie. Excellent film. Go watch it. I See You, starring Helen Hunt. I believe it is still on Netflix. We also have it on Vudu. So I ended up starting it in one place and finishing it in another, but I'm pretty sure it's still on Netflix because I think it just got added this year. So good. So well written. Can't get into animated movies? For me, I think it depends on the movie and the art style. There are some animated films and there's some anime that I don't really like, primarily because of, and series stuff too. Like, let's say things like The Simpsons and Family Guy. I'm not into those because I just don't like the animation. I don't like the look. That's so superficial, but I just don't. And even though I enjoyed the first Spider-Verse movie, I hated the way Kingpin was drawn. I could not stand it. I didn't have anything about this latest movie that jumped out at me like that really bothered me. He just did not look right. Kingpin was he was all wrong. And so I didn't like that. But speaking of Into the Spider-Verse, Into the Spider-Verse, that's the first one. I recently bought a hard copy of that because we have the digital. I bought a hard copy of that because I heard the Spanish dub was really good, and it is really good. I've been listening/watching the Spanish dub of it, and my goal is to watch it many, 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 many times so that I can understand every single word that's in there. Someone on YouTube did that, so I was like, oh, I want to do the same thing. And so also, they said that the Spanish dub in Rango was really good, specifically the Latin American Spanish dub. So I bought a hard copy of Rango, and I'm hoping that the Spanish dub in there is not from Spain. I prefer the Latin American dialect, even though Spain produces more movies and TV shows that interest me as opposed to like stuff coming from Mexico, let's say. But yeah, they say things quite a bit differently, and I try not to listen to too much Spanish because their vocabulary, like some words that are completely, innocent have a totally different meaning if you would say them to a Mexican. So I'm trying not to get the Spain Spanish too much in my brain. Anyway, what 3 movies are you most looking forward to for the rest of the year? So I did okay, let me try to remember off the top of my head. Last Voyage of the Demeter. Really looking forward to that. Craven. And also something that did not make my initial list of favorite or most anticipated movies, but it's on there now, is Blue Beetle.
And your most anticipated vampire story is Since That Day.
Oh, Charles, like, what are you talking about? What, do you remember any other films that are coming out that I'd mentioned that I'm looking forward to?
Hunger Games, the prequel.
I'm looking forward to that. I don't remember I don't even remember if that one made my top. But yeah, the Last Voyage of the Demeter. There's another one.
There's my vampire story.
No, shoot. Oh, I'm kind of looking forward to Haunted Mansion, but I don't know, that might suck.
Yeah,
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. What about you guys? I'm gonna look at my
They're looking forward to Since That Day.
No, I'm gonna look on my Regal app and look at the coming soon stuff. I'm going to another mystery movie Monday in a week and a half. So hopefully that won't be so far. None of the mystery movies that I've gone to see, none of them have been things that I completely hated. But the best one was Talk to Me, by far the best one. This next one coming up is, they're saying it's 2 hours and 20 some minutes, but Regal lies about the runtime. So I don't know. And it's rated R. So I don't know what's coming out in a couple weeks. That's 2+ hours rated R. It's not going to be Oppenheimer. Yeah. What else? They're not showing much more here. Let me look on my Cinemark app. Yes! Yes, Sean! Why? You think because it's like a comic book? Okay, okay, all right. So part of the reason is it's not explicitly Marvel. It's like Sony. But I'm hoping that they go more the Spider-Man quality route as opposed to the Morbius route. But also because I'm only peripherally aware of that character. I remember him from when I read comics. I just remember the name and his general appearance, and also because I like the actor that they got to play him. Now, one of the trailers was playing the other day when I was at the movie theater, and so I was looking away, plugging my ears, because I didn't want to see or hear anything, but I could hear some stuff, and I wish I hadn't. But anyway, coming soon. What the heck? I'm looking on Cinemark. Sometimes Cinemark does a better job of showing what's coming up than Regal. So, yeah, that's why. I mean, I don't know. It may end up sucking, y'all. I don't know. So, I'm not super interested in Gran Turismo. The Last Voyage. Boy, I really wish those tickets would hurry up and go on sale. What's this movie called? White Bird? Oh, Tifa. Okay, I don't know what that is. Oh, I know. This one made my... Okay, I know this is beyond my top 3. This one was on my top 10. A Haunting in Venice. The next Kenneth Branagh, Agatha Christie movie. I'm looking forward to that. And also, The Equalizer. Yeah, I know. I'm way past my top 3. So, but I was just trying to remind myself of some stuff that was coming out that I had forgotten about. Yeah, definitely looking forward to that. And also, the cool thing about Haunting in Venice is, so the first 2 movies, Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile, I knew who the baddie was. I knew, the reveal. This one, A Haunting in Venice, I don't know the first thing about it. So, it's going to be completely new. And I like that. Yeah, he was really good in Bullet Train. Really, really good. Both of those guys were great in Bullet Train. Hey, Joe. Yeah, absolutely. Same thing. It's been so much fun meeting you guys and having all these movie chats. No. As I've said before, I can't wait not to watch that movie. And yes, this is a little bit vindictive of me, but I hope it flops really hard. So, um, yeah. So, Bullet Train, I don't know if you knew this. I've mentioned this before a few times. That was based on a book, a Japanese book. And the original title of the book was Maria Beetle. I have no idea why. I don't know why he called it that initially. So, anyway, they did the English translation and they renamed it Bullet Train, which feels much more relevant or apt. And so there were some changes made to some of the characters. Some of the changes I didn't like, and some of the changes I thought were okay. There was also some changes that they made to the overall storyline. Some changes I thought were for the better, and some changes I thought were for the worst. But you haven't read it? Okay. Well, if you liked Bullet Train, if you like to read books or listen to audiobooks, it's definitely worth checking out. I think I feel like in general, the movie was a decent adaptation of the book. I like them both. So yeah, we have that one on we have that one on our Voodoo. And also what? Oh yes, Extraction 2. That was a really good movie, y'all. I did a review for that already. And I also did a review for Sound of Freedom. Boy, the review for that has just exploded like crazy, like absolute crazy. I was not expecting that. We went to go see it on last Thursday. This was subject matter that my mom has been following for years, and she knew about this movie a year plus ago, and she'd asked me to, like check into when was it coming out, and there was just no news about it, no news about it, no news about it, and then finally it came out, and so I bought the tickets a long time ago when they went on sale, and we went to go see it, and it was very well done. Uh, I thought it was very solid movie. So I recommend it. Let's see. Oh, Levi. I'm going through some stuff. Yeah, there's nothing really super new. Oh, I rewatched. Hold on a minute, Levi. Come here, Levi. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Oops. So for the live stream discussion that I was going to have with Sound Booth Theater later tonight initially, which now it's going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow I'll be on Sound Booth Theater. But I think something we're also going to do now that StreamYard allows it, in addition to streaming on Sound Booth Theater channel, the Sound Booth Theater channel, I'll also stream on mine at the same time. I won't be able to have any control over the comments, I don't think, but I think I should be able to see them. So if the stream pops up and you're interested, we have these movie discussions now. It's this November, December. We'll be going on a year that we've added the cinema portion to the Sound Booth Theater live stream that we have every other week. And generally what we try to do is tailor our movie discussion around a release that's coming out on our platform, soundbooththeater.com, to sort of like watch a movie to promo a particular release that's coming out. So tomorrow we're releasing book 2 of Vampire Queen, and Vampire Queen takes place in Alaska, and it's written by Sarah King, one of our exclusive one of our exclusive authors, and she's an excellent storyteller. I really like working on her books. Anyway, Vampire Queen 2, The Barghest, is being released tomorrow, so the film that we watched in preparation for the cinema discussion about it is 30 Days of Night, because it covers two things: vampires and Alaska, just like the movie, just like the book, Vampire Queen 2. So that's going to be our discussion, and I actually had fallen behind on watching 30 Days of Night, so I finished watching it this morning. And then not long after I finished watching it and taking all these sorts of notes, uh, Jeff messages me and asks if we can postpone it to tomorrow. So it's like, okay, well, that's fine. That's fine. At least I don't have to, be on like being on this stream, and I don't feel like I need to watch the clock constantly. So, because I don't have a live stream, I need to jump onto right away. There's quite a few movies that I think will flop. I don't know if it's because I'm getting old or they genuinely look bad. I could just be getting cranky. Well, you and me both, Sashi. No, I don't think age. Well, I don't know. I might be wrong, because Barney was popular with kids. That show. But what I was trying to say is, I don't think age necessarily has everything to do with the fact that we don't appreciate lackluster writing. Now, having said that, I do realize that younger audiences, they don't necessarily have the same bar of expectation that us older people do. But a lot of people, maybe not everybody, but a lot of people can recognize quality writing when they see it and crap writing when they see it. And so, yeah. Sure, Simon. If only. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that was a long time ago. I'm really excited to check out the anniversary 4K release of Old Boy in August, as I've never had the chance to see it before, much less in a theater. Now, are you talking about the original or the remake? So, Old Boy, let me remind myself of something. Old Boy, I saw the remake, the American remake first, and I liked it. Tifa, nobody asked you. And I liked it. And then I watched the original, and I still like the remake first. And that may seem super sacrilegious to some people, but I just liked it more. And I didn't realize at the time that it was directed by Spike Lee. So that's interesting. Yeah. 4 years. Yeah, right? It took me a bit to actually start doing a stream. I think my first stream... When was my first stream? Oh my goodness. Was it when I played a game like on election night in 2020? I played Gabriel Knight. Was that my first one? I honestly don't remember, you guys. It took me a bit to work up the courage to do a stream. I felt very, I don't know, on the spot. I think with age we want better. Yeah, that's true. There's definitely some things that if I rewatch it, I feel like now they were crap. But I don't know. Maybe it is. I haven't seen the remake, so the original is your favorite. Okay, well, yeah, I think the remake is pretty much exactly the same. And I don't know if part of the reason that I like it more is just because... it's not only just because it was... Oh my gosh, Tifa. I don't think Arturo's still here. She just thinks that that's Arturo. She hates Arturo. So she screams every time he's moving around. Well, I think what I was getting ready to say is, I don't know if my appreciation for the remake is because it's in English and just is therefore easier to consume, or if I like the acting more. The acting in Old Boy, sometimes it felt a bit over the top and ridiculous to me. So I don't know. I mean, the story was pretty much the same, but I don't know. I just connected more with the characters in the remake. So I like that one more. The original, really? Yeah. Let me look at the ratings on Letterboxd and see how they compare. So the original Ooh, the original's right on up there. 4.4. That is high on Letterboxd, you guys. Because on Letterboxd, a 3 and up is really solid. 4.4 is very high. Wow, the remake has awful ratings. Terrible. 2.2. Doggone. Okay, well I'm gonna uprate it. I don't remember when I watched it. But okay. I put my rating in. Dang. I don't think it's that bad, y'all. Come on. 2.2. No, I disagree with that. I rented the remake when it came out on home release. Been trying to get a copy of the original. Will work. Oh, okay. It was disturbing. The reveal at the end was disturbing. But yeah. Have you seen it? No, I haven't. Wait. Oh gosh, Simon. Remind me. Hold on, I gotta look it up. Old Boy. You're talking about the South Korean Old Boy. Lady Vengeance. No, I haven't seen any of those other ones. Just Old Boy. I thought you were talking about another. Yeah, I know, right? Right? But the reveal about their characters was disturbing. I didn't know that was coming, so that was like, ew. Oh. Have you seen? No. I haven't. Let me look that up on Letterboxd. Z-A-T-O. Something I did recently watch. Okay. All right. I put it in my watch list. Wow, that's 20 years old too. Goodness. A South Korean movie I did recently rewatch, and I did a review for it. But I haven't edited it yet, was Kill Boksoon. That came out on Netflix back in March. And so I watched it when I was at my brother's house, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. Let me see what that rating is. They gave that one a 3.4. So decent. I'll put the link here if you guys want to check it out. It's the Letterboxd link. Yeah, like I said, I haven't. Let me check and see if I put those in my Letterboxd already, because I might have. I have so many. Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. That was 2002. Wow. That's got a high rating. No, that one's not in my... Okay, and Lady Vengeance. Are these so... How connected are these again? Or did you tell me this already? Are there characters that connect this? I've heard of Lady Vengeance, yeah. Not just from you, Simon, but I've heard of this in passing. Okay. Thank you very much, Void Philosopher. I appreciate that. Yeah, crazy anniversary, 4 years. They're thematically linked. Okay. All right. Birthday lunch is going to be at the same time. Normally it isn't, Glenn. Like I said, I normally have these streams in the evening, like let's say 8 or 9 o'clock. But my schedule initially when I set this up was that I was going to be on a live stream at 8 tonight, and that's not happening. So I decided not to change the time. I just decided to keep it as is. So I'm going to check out some of the films I have on my watch list. There's this movie that I recently put on my watch list called The Villainess. and it's also South Korean. That's got a pretty solid rating as well. She's a young girl raised as a killer in China. She hides her identity and travels to South Korea where she hopes to lead a quiet life but becomes involved with two mysterious men. So that looks. Oh, it's on Pluto TV. Nice. So it's free. Unless it's like on one of the other streaming services I already have. But Levi, this dog, he jumped down. He had to go see what Tifa was screaming about. Now he wants to come back. Hold on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on. Poor Levi. He's very blind. He's got cataracts really bad in both eyes. So he can't always judge distance. His depth perception is way off, so he can't always tell if he's going to have a safe jump or not. We should get a watch party for No. Just the name of that movie is crazy. Slappy and the Stinkers, and you were stuck on that. Seen the trailer for this, but completely forgot. Trailer for which one? Kill Boksoon or for The Villainess? Yeah, Kill Boksoon was really good. I couldn't stand her daughter, but the story itself was really good, and the fight choreography was really good too. Do you like French comedy movie? Like, you know what? I'm not super into comedy films in general. If there's comedy in a movie, it's typically that draws me. It's typically if it's mixed with something else, like let's say horror or action, thriller, suspense, mystery. I don't mind comedy in those types of films, but if it's just primarily a comedy, I'm just not usually. There are exceptions to the rule because there are some comedies I really do enjoy, but I'm just generally not interested. But speaking of comedy, I mentioned this in my review for Mission Impossible. There's a bit more comedy in there than I expected. There is a scene in there. There's a car chase in there, you guys. Oh, The Villainous. Okay. There's a car chase in there. One of the best car chases I've seen. And you know they can get really stale and boring because they're so overdone. But the way they constructed that scene was really, really, really good. And then there were moments of absolute laugh out loud comedy in there to me. Like, well, for me anyway, I wasn't the only one laughing, but I was laughing a lot. There's a particular scene, there's a particular part of the scene that happens in this overall car chase scene that was so funny to me. You'll know it when you see it. You won't be able to miss it. Finally watched Spirited Away and loved it. Okay. Yeah, I saw Spirited Away for the first time a couple years ago. I think it was back in 2021. I liked it okay. There were some other Studio Ghibli films that I was interested to go see, like Castle in the Sky. Wait. Castle in the Sky. What's the one with Christian Bale in it? I thought it was Castle in the Sky. And then there's something about something in the clouds. Anyway, I haven't seen many. I've seen, oh, shoot. What was the one about the girl that lived in the forest? Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away. They might be the only Studio Ghibli films I've seen. Yeah, good ones are rare. Probably one of my favorites is Liar Liar. Just because some of the situations are very true to life, and also the subject matter is kind of sad. And there, especially that scene at the end. Really sad. They're French movies, so... Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I haven't seen many French movies. I've probably seen more Korean or Japanese or Spanish movies than French. Okay, off the top of my head, the French movies I've seen... High Tension, Amelie or Emily, whatever that movie, Amelie, what? Oh gosh, I don't remember. The little quirky comedy romance thing with that girl in it. Doggone, I don't remember her name. And then the other one was Brotherhood of the Wolf. Brotherhood of the Wolf, I think that is my favorite um, foreign language movie. I really, really love that movie. I wish they would go back and they would digitally fix the creature in there. It would make it look so much better. You know, like how they fixed some stuff in Terminator 2 digitally. Never watched a dubbed anime. I was like, Christian Bale? Yeah, he was in a Studio Ghibli film. Dubbed anime is my favorite. Yes, it is. Don't even fight me. I don't like subbed anime. If I can watch dubbed, that's what I will watch. Because with animation, just like why the dub in the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, the Spanish dub works well, is because it's so much easier to convincingly dub an animated movie as opposed to a live action. And most of the anime dub that I have seen, most of it is as good as or better than the original voice actors, in my opinion. So, yeah, that's yeah. But the main reason I wanted to see that was because Christian Bale. Just wanted to see how good he did with voice work. Yes, that movie, that one. Yeah, so good. Really, really good. Um, I've seen that. I've seen that film multiple times. I love the concept. I love how it was done. I love the cinematography. It was cool to see Mark Dacascos in there. Hate what happened to his character, but it was really well done. I liked it. What else? I'm trying to think of. So another movie that I saw, a remake, a foreign language remake that I saw that I've mentioned multiple times, but I still have not finished editing it. And it's not, the main reason is just because I've been seeing new films, and so those are more relevant than older films. So new films, I put them on a priority list as far as getting them done to put up on the channel. So that's why I haven't yet put up Kill Boksoon and this other one called Badla, which is an Indian language, I think it's Hindi, Indian language remake of Contratiempo, also known as The Invisible Guest. And this remake, it's almost exactly shot for shot, a redoing. The main changes that they made were gender swaps that they made to the main characters and some of the other side characters. That was really good. I watched that before I ever watched the original, and then I finally went back and watched the original. They're both good. They're both really, really good movies. Yeah, just well, a bit. I started. Oh, gosh, I've already been going for an hour, y'all. Ooh, I didn't mean. I didn't know. Well, I can't say I didn't mean. I figured I'd go on at least an hour, but I didn't realize it's already been an hour. So anyway, Badla is a good movie. I think that's on Netflix. And so yeah, I actually saw that movie because of strange connection of Headbanger's Kitchen channel. If you remember, I interviewed him. Sahil is his name. I interviewed him back when I would do interviews. I haven't done any for a while, but I interviewed him because he has a keto channel and I eat with a keto approach to food. And I was watching one of his videos a few months ago, and he has his family on there from time to time and to taste test some of the stuff that he makes. And his father and his brother were both on there. I can't remember his brother's name, but his father mentioned a movie that his brother was in and said it was Badla. So obviously I was interested. Oh, this is something connected with Headbanger's Kitchen. Oh, cool. Someone in Sahil's family. So I checked it out and saw that it was on Netflix and watched it. And he has a part in there. He plays the husband of the main character. And he was fine. He did good. He's into movie making. He's working on some other stuff now that looks super interesting, but it's not available here. So I can't watch it. Um, yeah. Oh, Levi, come on. Then you're going to want to get back up again. Yeah, I'm not a fan of gender swaps or race swaps. I don't like them in general, especially now more than ever, because nowadays, as opposed to, let's say, 20 or 30 years ago, nowadays it feels like there's some sort of agenda behind it. And I don't care for that at all. In India, I'm not sure if the same nonsense that's going on over here and in other Western countries, that whole stuff, I don't know if that's a thing. But when I watched it, it didn't stand out as anything, strange or forced, and it didn't feel like there was any sort of agenda or narrative that was being sort of promoted or pushed. They were just basically telling the exact same story with gender swapped characters. That was it. So, yeah. But they're both really solid films. Either one, whichever one you watch, obviously the connotations or the feeling of the one in Badla, the Badla came across a little differently because they made the main character a woman, and in Contratiempo it's a guy. So the feeling was a bit different, maybe a bit more effective because of the twist that was revealed, or because of what was revealed as the story played out. And I'm not going to get into specifics because if I did, it would just ruin the entire story. But the effect of it felt a bit more impactful in some ways than it did when I watched the original when the guy was the main character. But when I say that, I'm not meaning it in the way that you might think. So if you get around to watching it, let me know what you thought about it. Do you think you could squeeze in? Yeah, I'm so looking forward to Blue Beetle, actually. You know what? The 18th. I'm still editing my reaction to the last 2 episodes, which I did together. Maybe. It's not much time. I could, if I really put my mind to it, Simon. I can just be really bad about how I feel in a particular moment. Like if I'm just not into something at that moment, then I decide not to. Careful, Levi. Okay, I'll make an effort. All right, since I'm done with season 1, and I was watching Lethal Weapon, and I've mentioned this before. I don't think I'm going to finish that. I still maybe have an episode or 2 that I haven't finished editing. I'm not into the Lethal Weapon show anymore. I like the first few episodes, but now some of the stuff is getting old, and so it's not. Plus, I know what's going to happen to the character, I think, at the end of season 2, and I just don't feel like I have the energy to go through all these remaining episodes. If I did finish watching it, it would just be to do a review for it. It wouldn't be to do a reaction. Reaction videos, or specifically those types of reaction videos, take so much time. You guys have no idea how time consuming it can be. I mean, my review videos already take me a bit of time. When I did the review for Keeping Faith, excellent show, by the way, that thing took me probably 6 to 8 hours to edit that. Now, part of that was because the software I was using at the time, which was Movavi, I was having all sorts of issues with it, and I would make a change, and then I would have to wait 30 seconds to a minute before it would update the change and I could proceed. So if you can imagine, that was just, I wanted to pull my hair out by the end. Probably now I could edit that, and then the other program that I use, which is Wondershare Filmora, I could probably edit it in maybe a fourth of the time. So it's still time consuming, but it definitely is important to have a good program to use. The only nitpick I would have about Brotherhood of the Wolf was chain sword, but the movie is based on some. Yeah, I know the that creature. Not even going to try to pronounce the name of the town. Starts with a G. Yeah, the story behind that is very strange. No, if I would, my nitpick about Brotherhood of the Wolf is the animation on the creature. That was its weakest point to me. But everything else, I really, really enjoyed. And yes, I watched the dub version of that. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Glenn. Very nice of you to say. Safe travels on the way home. I always say that to people. I always worry about like I still have my son text me and let me know he got somewhere safe. Because he just recently, within the past year, started driving. Yes, he was a late driver. But you just never know, y'all. Automobile accidents are prevalent. They happen a lot, and you never know when it will happen. What about age swap? I recently played remake of Dead Space 2008 game, and the main protagonist's girlfriend changed from 20 to 50. Oh. Okay. Why? Well, how old is the main protagonist? So if the main protagonist is about that age in the 50s, that sort of age swap would make more sense to me. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, thank you, Phil. Hold on a second. Sorry. Okay. Sorry, that was Arturo. Okay. I miss them too. They've been gone now for a year and a half, maybe 2 years. I think Popo. I think she died in. Gosh, when did she pass away? Early 2022 or sometime in 2021. It's been a while since we've had them, and we do plan to get more. It's just life has been busy, and we have 3 dogs. And I've got a house I'm still trying to declutter and sell stuff and clean, and that's just a never-ending thing. So it just never feels like the right time. But I definitely do. Like I've seen I've rewatched some of my older videos. Like I rewatched my review for the first Extraction just to refresh my memory as to specific thoughts that I had about the first movie. And one of our little ratties was in there, and she was climbing up on my shoulder. I miss that. They were so fun. They were such sweet little things. Yeah. Okay, well, you take care, Cynical. Hope you have a good one. I saw your tweet about Blue Beetle, so I thought I'd... Well, thank you for reminding me. That's actually... I'm really curious to see how he does in this movie, because I'm so used to him being a certain way and a certain age in Cobra Kai, and I know now he's several years older. He looks almost completely different to me in the Blue Beetle trailers. So... I'm hoping it'll be good. I've been watching Latino Slants videos a lot because he's been promoting or talking about Blue Beetle quite a bit, and I like his live streams. I like his discussions, and he has another fellow YouTuber that goes on his show from time to time, Struggle Reviews. So I like to watch when she's on there, but yeah, I'm curious whenever this movie comes out and I see it. I'm curious to talk with him a bit and see what his thoughts are on it. Well, I mean, he's going to talk about it anyway because he'll talk about it on his channel, because I know he's really looking forward to it. The only well, I thought the second movie was pretty decent. Okay, so Xolo Quintly is the name of that dog, and it is a Mexican hairless dog. They even have a soccer team named after them, and but that actor's name, I don't know his full name. His name is Xolo something. If you look up Cobra Kai, he's the guy who plays. Oh God, what's his character's name? What's his character's name? Is it Miguel? What? I don't remember. He's the dude that Johnny takes under his wing and trains him. So that's him. when you first started, I said you should just review each season. Yes, I know, right? I had high ambitions. A lot of times I have these great ambitions of what I want to do. And then later on, I find out that no, it doesn't actually work the way I thought. It's not as, I lose my initiative because of how time consuming editing those videos can be. So. Oh. Characters 25. Okay, no, that doesn't make any sense. I don't get that. Yeah, I'm with you on the confusion about that. With the Dead Space remake, I believe they just used the original voice actors again and modeled the appearance after them. It's a noticeable difference. Oh, okay. That's interesting. Xolo Maridueña. Okay. Miguel. Miguel is the guy's name. I can be really bad about names. But I remembered his name that time. So. Okay, well, I've been going on quite a while. Well, I feel like I want to hang around for Glenn. He's been wanting to join the chat, but I can't think of much else to say unless you guys pop in and ask a question. I was talking about things that were on my mind in the immediate moment, and those were the movies that I had seen. Oh, you know something else I'm really behind on? The Boys, Season 3. Really, really behind on that. The reason I only like Lethal Weapon 1 is because Riggs becomes a parody of himself. Yeah, kind of. Yes. Okay. So I have watched Fringe, but not all the way. Because I started watching it back in the day when you had to wait a week from episode to episode. And then, you know how when a season ends, and then you have many, many months before it comes back again. And then you kind of just, maybe they put it on a different day and your schedule changes and you can't watch it at the same time. And then you just sort of lose track of it all. And so I don't think I've watched it after at some point in this. Did I even make it to the second season? I don't remember. But I know it's out and about on streaming. So I've had it in the back of my mind to rewatch it. I really enjoyed that show, what I've seen, you know, up to the point of the whenever I finished watching. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Good show. They also recorded dialogue for Isaac, which they never did in the original. Yeah, I'm completely clueless about this, so you guys just talk amongst yourself about that game, I guess. Let me look at my watch list again. Ooh, it's hot. I don't like to turn on my air conditioner too much when I'm doing a live stream, but my goodness, y'all, it's really hot. Oh, Cobweb. That's a movie that looks interesting. And also, there's a movie with Pom Klementieff called The Calm that looks interesting. Pom was in Mission Impossible, and it was so weird to see her play the type of character that she played. She did a really good job at it, but it was really weird to see her not play this sweet little character that we're so used to in Guardians of the Galaxy. So, John Noble, yeah, he's the isn't he the guy with that keeps the cow in his lab all the time? The father of Joshua Jackson, that's his name. Okay, is this a question to me, or is this a question to those who are talking about games in the comments? If it's a question for me, that would probably be Gabriel Knight. I really, really like Gabriel Knight, especially the first two games. The third one's not my favorite. Okay, to me. Okay. Yeah, Gabriel Knight. Oh, stop. Yes, it does too. Why not? Yeah, I'm going on and on about Gabriel Knight. Have you played it yet, Simon? This is... Okay, I also like the story in Still Life, And I like the story in Phantasmagoria. And I like the story in Broken Sword. But when I think about video games, Gabriel Knight always comes to mind because, I don't know, maybe it's just because I got spoiled. That was like one of the first like point and click adventure type games that I played all the way through, and I finished that sucker. And I was obsessed with it. And this was back in the day before they overhauled it and did, like the what is it they call it when they like redo it, remaster it or whatever. And they had to come back and get like, no, they had to redo the voices for that because I think the original recording somehow got messed up or something. You haven't. Okay, well, it's a good game. I'm biased. You might not like it as much. You probably won't like it as much. Oh well. The mad guy who wanted to... Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember he was in there. Yep. Anime still comes out an episode a week. I have to wait a week for a new episode. We get to watch the same day as Japan on YouTube. Okay. Yeah, Artur has Crunchyroll, and I don't know. Well, he used to have Funimation. I don't know how often. I don't know how. What I mean is, I don't know how soon. I don't know if they do simulcast or whatever with Crunchyroll. So, but from what I understand, I think I might be wrong. I think that they might have some newer episodes, dubbed episodes of Attack on Titan, and I haven't seen it since like part 1 or whatever the heck it was that aired several months ago, and we don't have Cartoon Network anymore. Artur and I used to watch some anime together on Cartoon Network on Saturday nights / Sunday mornings, so we're kind of behind on Attack on Titan. If it's been updated, I would like to finish it. I'm not so sure I like where they've gone with that show. First season's my absolute favorite. Wait. Which show? And who are you talking about? Are you talking about Sholo, or are you talking about John Noble? I guess you'll answer and let me know. There are some shows I'm interested to check out on Apple TV. The Idris Elba show. Okay, well, what's the show you're referring to, Simon? Because I'm not sure what you're talking about. The Idris Elba show looks interesting. And there was another show that's not coming to me on Apple. Apple actually has some pretty intriguing looking series shows. Okay. Yeah, I guess no, I don't think I've gotten there. I definitely don't think I have. Okay, interesting. That's something else I need to get back to. Doggone it. Let me see my watch list. Oh, I've already seen this. Hold on. Sorry, I'm gonna mark something as watched. I've already seen this movie. I don't know why I hadn't removed it. The Frozen Ground. That was one of the last things we discussed on Soundbooth Theater Livestream. Oh, I can't say. Sorry. There's some exciting stuff that's happening with Soundbooth this year, but I can't talk about it. I didn't let it slip. I wasn't about to let it slip, but then I thought about not even mentioning it, but then I decided, no, I will mention that there's something exciting. I just won't tell you guys yet. For All Mankind? Yeah, I've heard of... Wait. Is that the one about the astronauts? I think I did a reaction to that. I think I did a reaction to that trailer. Yeah. I remember that. Also, another show on there that I really liked was Truth Be Told with Octavia Spencer. She plays an investigative podcaster, and I thought that the series or that the season that I watched, I thought it was just a one and done. Like that was it. That they weren't going to have any more. But apparently they've come back with more. So now I need to finish watching. Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Didn't they like gender swap the astronauts or something? Something like that. Let me look up Apple TV because that's bugging me. That other thing. Um, wait, what? Wait, what? The Napoleon movie is on Apple TV Plus? What? Oh no, okay. That was weird. So when I went to Apple TV Plus, it said stream now. It's not going to come to Apple TV until after it's in the theater. Saw the trailer for it yesterday. Not really interested, but I think Arturo is. Okay, so the show that Idris Elba's in is Hijack, which I'm interested in. And then also another show that I'm really interested in, which Sean from Lost in the Reel did a review for, is Silo. I've heard that was actually pretty decent. So you've talked about Disco Elysium before. I checked it out and it didn't look super interesting to me. So I didn't buy it. Um, Invasion is a show that looks good. The Last Thing He Told Me with Jennifer Garner, that also looks good. I started watching C and just couldn't get into it. What's Blackbird? Can't remember if that one. Oh, Gary Oldman. Yeah, so Truth Be Told has how many seasons? Hold on. 3 seasons now. So I'm just really behind. Anyway. That was a good show. I have a really hard time watching new shows, so I usually just watch the ones that I've missed. So Farscape was it was okay. It is kind of silly. Silo. We were talking about Battlestar Galactica not long ago. I think it was either on my stream or it was after the stream or something. I thought I was gonna look up and see where that's playing. Let me check. Okay. That is on. Oh, no. No, that's not anywhere like in any sort of streaming location that I already have, unfortunately. Yeah. Oh well. Thank you, Shadow. You take care as well. My next stream will be tomorrow, by extension of Sound Booth Theater. Or we'll be talking about 30 Days of Night. Oh boy, I have lots of. So I remember about 30 Days a Night. I remember I enjoyed it, but I had some problems with the feeling of the flow and the editing and and rewatching it. I can see why now. Again, I can see why. It's really, really good up to a point, and then some stuff starts happening that's kind of just so clunky and just doesn't flow like I feel like it should, and some stuff that just doesn't make any sense. Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. Okay, it was you. All right. I knew it had come up at some point. I know where I can see it. It's got Katie Sackhoff in it, which I really like her, but I know that they gender swapped her character, which I don't like. I remember when the original series was on TV, I didn't have a TV, but I would see it in passing when I would be at friends or family's houses. I would see portions of it. And I had the biggest crush on the dude who played the dude who played oh gosh, what was the character's name? Doggone it. Starbuck. Wasn't that his name? Dirk Benedict, I think was his name. I used to think he was so handsome. My little child brain, I was very, very young at the time. I thought he was, I had appreciation for the opposite sex even at that age. And I thought he was very handsome. I also thought Lee Majors was very handsome. And it's just kind of funny. But yeah. Okay. Getting back to my watch list. I have so many things on my watch list. I'm never going to accomplish all of these. Anyway, if you guys are on Letterboxd, we should follow each other. I'll put my Letterboxd for anybody. Oh, shoot. I should do it on the others too. Hold on a second. Okay, this is going to come through again because I'm going to post it to all places. But yeah, I love Letterboxd. I just wish that they would let you... My computer's the fan. I wonder if somebody's watching my Plex right now. I wish that they would let you track and rate and talk about TV shows on Letterboxd. I know you can sort of do that on Just Watch and some other sites, but I don't like the layout of Just Watch as much as I like Letterboxd. So I really wish, but it's kind of hard to keep track of them as easily as I would like to. Good Lord. Someone must be on my Plex. Can you hear that? Can you hear the fan of my computer? It's really loud. Yeah, I heard it had kind of a, like we were talking about on the stream, it had sort of a ending. Wasn't New BSG... Wait. Oh, I don't know. I thought it was a remake because that character was supposed to be the same character. So I don't know. Katie Starbucks. Okay, now do you say that just because she's prettier? Or do you say that because she's more well written? If I would go back and rewatch portions of the original Battlestar Galactica, I would probably think it's cheesy as heck, and I would probably hate it. But this goes back to how you can be more easily satisfied as a child by certain things that you watch as opposed to, you know, an adult. So they removed the robot dog. Oh, yeah, that's right. I remember that dog. Was not too fond of the new one. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. What's Letterboxd? So Letterboxd is, and it's spelled LETTERBOXD.com. Letterboxd is kind of like, think of it as like a social media site for movie lovers. Like, I think it's like a movie version of Facebook, except not as toxic. And it's a catalog of movies. You can track movies you've seen. You can rate movies. You can comment on people's reviews. I've never seen anything nasty happening. I haven't seen anything. I mean, maybe it's there. It probably is there at some point, but somewhere. But it hasn't happened yet. I haven't seen it. And it's just a really cool site. I like it. I like that I can just plop something in there. And because, you know, it's one thing to be like, oh, yes, let me make a note of that and write down something on these millions of pieces of paper I have on my desks and lose track of it. So, yeah. Oh, hardy har har, Simon. You're on there too. It's Reboot, yeah. Okay. She's way better written. Okay. Well, if I watch it, it will mostly be because I like Katie Sackhoff. I just like her. Have you started listening to her podcast? She's so funny and adorable. Yeah, I've always liked her. Oh my gosh, so many things I have on my watch list. Then I've got, oh, Simon, with regard to watch parties, um, Dee and I did a watch party, like I mentioned already. We did a watch party of the Arnold documentary, and we did it on Scener. But the problem is, with Scener, you have to now pay for it in order to have audio and video chat. So we did a free trial, a 3-day free trial, in order to at least do it, you know, be able to use it. But there's also another extension that's supposed to be able to allow video and audio chat, which is called 27. So I wonder if that would work for the purposes of the movie that we want to do a watch party for. Or if we should do, like you said, all of us just sitting down at our computer and pressing play at the same time. I don't know. We'll see. Her Starbucks is better for sure. Okay. Right? I mean, Sashi, I'm sure it's there somewhere. I just haven't seen it. I haven't seen yet people bashing on other people's like or dislike for a film. I see it on Twitter a lot, but I haven't seen it on Letterboxd yet. Yeah, I mean, it. Like I said, it might be. I don't know. I haven't seen it. Oh, you've seen it? Okay. You've seen. I'm assuming you're talking about what we're referring to on Letterboxd. Okay. Well, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me, but it just doesn't feel like as toxic of a site. And maybe it's just the people I follow. I don't know. The ending of Battlestar isn't as bad as people say. Not the best, but not terrible. So just kind of like lukewarm, maybe lackluster. Did you see that clip of her that went viral? Are you talking about the one where she was talking about people that want her to sit on their face? So yeah, my brother Tim told me about it, and I watched it. It was funny. She's so funny. Yeah, I saw that. I have 5 pages worth of movies saved on my Letterboxd to watch list. I am never going to watch all of these. It's not going to happen. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm a movie that I do want to see at some point is Funny Games, but the remake. I heard that the remake is a shot for shot and was done by the same director that did the original. So I'm interested in that for sure. I'm also interested in a movie called The Lodge, and I'm interested in, there's like a Megan Fox horror movie, Till Death or something. I heard that was supposed to be pretty decent. Yes. So what she was referring to, I think, her casting, or the character that she plays on this Star Wars stuff. Like, she did the voice acting for it, but then she's done the live acting for the character of Bo-Katan. Now, I think I remember her character from the show, if she was on the Clone Wars or if it was one of the other later spinoffs or whatever. Anyway, whatever. She does the live action. And she was talking about how there's like these certain percentages of the audience that just like this. She threw out these percentages, like this 1% of the audience that really likes her and there thinks she's great, another percentage that hates her, and then this other percentage that wants her to sit on their face because they love her in there so much. It was funny the way she worded it. You should look it up. It's pretty funny how she said it. It was pretty funny. You get down? Okay, Chip. Whew. Chippy, you were making me hot. Okay, yeah, it was funny. It was cute. She just seems like such a down-to-earth person. Not somebody stuck up, or I don't know. That's why I've just always thought she's really cool. I like chicks that are like that. And sometimes I get a sense of some that don't feel like they're like that, and I just have like this inherent distrust or dislike of them. Most of the time, that instinctive reaction or feeling about them is accurate. And I don't really know it until later when something happens and they open their mouth and they say something really dumb and toxic and divisive. And then I'm like, oh, I knew there was a reason I didn't like her. This is what it was. Oh, another film I was interested to watch was Salem's Lot. Was supposed to come out last year. Then it was supposed to come out this year. Now I don't know when the heck this thing is really coming out. So that's aggravating. Let me see if there's been any updates. Salem's Lot. It's directed by someone called Gary Doberman. Looks like he's only done Annabelle. Oh my. I don't know what's going on with this. There are some films, they get done and they just never show up again. There are some films there's at least 2 films that I've done advanced screeners for that I had to sign NDAs about, that I couldn't, publicly say what they were or whatever. Before that 3. One of those is finally coming out, but the other 2 still has not come out. And one of them went through extensive re-edits based on feedback that was given to them by viewers like me, because it was like I saw an advanced screener, gave my feedback, and then many, many months later, I don't know. Yeah, many months later in the same year, sometime last year, I think, or whatever. Anyway, it was a while. And they write back and they want me to watch an advanced screener again, and I saw it was for the same movie, and I thought they were mistaken because I said, I've already seen this movie. And they wrote and they said that they were asking people to rewatch it and give feedback again as to whether the edits that they made based on the initial advanced screenings, whether those edits made a difference in your overall perception or feeling about the movie. So I rewatched it and it was better. Not that I outright hated it the first time, but there was some stuff about one of the main characters that just didn't make any sense and made this person super aggravating. But on the re-edited version was much, much better. And this movie is a gorgeous movie. Just cinematically beautiful. So if that film ever does make it onto the big screen, even though I've seen it twice now, I'll probably go watch it just because it's so, so pretty. Bo-Katan is great. Most have an issue with her taking over the show. Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, I haven't seen Mandalorian since the first season, and I have zero interest to return to it. So I won't be watching her in it. The best Star Wars stories after the original movies are in pre-Disney games like Knights of the Old Republic and Jedi Outcast. I thought Rogue One was really good. And after having seen Andor, Artur and I went back and we re-watched Rogue One a couple Sundays ago. And it still holds up. I still enjoy that movie quite a bit. It was interesting to see Diego Luna again. He was skinnier in Rogue One. So he looks a little bit more filled out in Andor. I feel that way about a guy named David Williams. David, I'm not sure who that is. You should do a movie reaction, but instead of taking notes, you eat wings with hot one sauces. So I don't have the same sort of issue that a lot of people have with eating hot sauce. It takes a lot to really affect me. But I have seen people do that. And boy, they eat a lot of stuff. Makes me think their stomach must really be in a lot of pain afterwards. Been watching, having breakfast, have to head out now. Happy anniversary. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, having breakfast? I forgot what part of the globe are you from if you're eating breakfast? Unless you have a night job or something, and when you get up, that's your breakfast time, even though it's in the afternoon. One of my uncles had a night job like that, so his schedule was all wonky. Anyway, so Salem's Lot. I was looking up. Oh no! It says its release date is April 21st. That's not happening. Now the studio said, no, that's old. Because they're talking about September 22 to April 23. What is going on with this thing? What? Why? Okay, 28 days ago. This is a more okay. All right, hold on, because I'm reading a. Oh, Australia. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's why your day is completely the opposite. Got it. Cool. There's a fellow YouTuber called In the Front Row. She's on different streams that I participate in sometimes, and sometimes I think one of the streams, her daughter had just gotten up and she was real sleepy, and I kind of have to do this mental gear shifting. Oh yeah, she's all the way on the other side of the world. Oh, okay. That's why I didn't recognize him. Knights of the Old Republic. Yeah, I've heard of Knights of the Old Republic. I've never played it. I'm thinking about watching Mandalorian, but I know Bill Burr is in it, so I don't know if the show turns into hardcore. No. I think well, unless he comes back again. He was only in one episode in season 1. And he wasn't I didn't think he was super comedic. In fact, I had started watching that, and I watched him in that before I even knew who Bill Burr was, because I didn't know who Bill Burr was until 2020. And I saw these people doing a reaction to his bit about white guilt. And it was so funny to me. And then I, at some point, started to do comedy reactions too. Now, Bill Burr was not the first one I did a reaction to, but it was his video that kind of blew up my channel, the one about vagina privilege. That's what it's titled. I don't think he calls it that, but that's whoever put that clip up on YouTube. They called it vagina privilege. Okay, well, I mean, it's true, but anyway, so that was when I first noticed Bill Burr, and then I heard, oh, he was in Mandalorian. Oh, he was that guy. He was kind of intimidating, his character, from what I remember in the Mandalorian. So he's not super comedic, unless my memory's way off. I don't think he was. Yeah, they remade Salem's Lot, and I was getting ready to read this article explaining what in the heck is... Okay, Salem's Lot has been delayed, like again. Let's break down what happened. This was published 29 days ago. So, hold on. Let me scan this. Multiple delays. What exactly is happening? Okay, hold on. Huh? Going into this whole history of production and stuff. Hold on. Just tell me. Yeah, this thing is wrapped. This thing is done. Footage of it was previewed at the 2022 CinemaCon. The first look was allegedly eerie, effective, and very well received. Someone said that the trailer was reminiscent of the original Conjuring movie's first trailer. In July, it faced its first delay, with its original post-Labor Day 2022 release changing to April 2023. Merely a few months later, that date would be lost too, and another WB horror flick, Evil Dead Rise, would fill the opening. Oh, okay. I feel like I will like Salem's Lot more than Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead Rise was okay, I just wasn't in love with it. Then the flick was eventually wholly removed from the... Okay. So, not at all this year. It received an R rating, blah, blah, blah. Okay, will it ever see the light of day? Sorry, I'm a little distracted by this. I'll get back to the comments in a second. I'm just trying to. They fear that it may never be released. Reports and rumors of bad test screenings have led some to speculate that the studio is dissatisfied with the film's quality and plans to shelve it indefinitely. However, I don't see this happening. Oh, so this is not an official. This is just speculation. Okay, when will it likely release? Timing is crucial for theatrical releases. WB Discovery is likely strategizing to find the optimal date. The Halloween season is a logical choice, yes, but a fall 2023 theatrical release seems less and less likely as we're only 3 months away from the post-Labor Day weekend. And there's been no promotion for the movie. I mean, I would forget about it sometimes. Considering WB's potential reservations about the film, a fall streaming release on Max could be a smart move. This is all speculation. Regardless of the release date, it's likely that Salem's Lot will reach King fans sooner or later. However, since WB Discovery has shown a focus on theatrical releases, it's possible the movie might not make its way to audiences until 2024 or later. Jeez. So, we have no idea. Okay. Are you looking forward to Dune 2 or the money-making second part of a one-part movie? So, I'm going to see it. I wouldn't say I'm necessarily looking forward to it because I'm not a huge fan of Dune. I know a lot of fans are really, really hyped about it, and I'm excited for them because it seems to me like they were pretty happy with the first one and that the first one was a good adaptation. I wouldn't say I'm looking forward to it. There are other movies I'm looking forward to much more than Dune. In fact, I almost feel like I have the same sense of almost like, not dread. I don't dread it. It just feels like something that's going to be a bit of a time investment and it's something I'm not super into, and I'm just going to go see it mostly so I can do a review for the channel. And especially because I'm coming at this as someone who is not really familiar with the source material. I did enjoy the first movie. I wasn't super in love with it. I liked it. It was okay. I haven't rewatched it, nor have I bought it. I don't know if I will buy it. Timothée Chalamet is a good actor, but he's not someone. He's not. I'm not drawn to him. Like, he's got this. There's this strange aura about him that I just don't connect with him very well in his performances, even though I can recognize he's doing a good job. So I don't know if part of that is just he doesn't do much at all for me as an actor. Neither does what's her face. Oh crap, Zendaya. Yeah. So, and the source material is just not super interesting to me. But I will be going to see it, and I will be doing a review for it. Stray, finally someone from the same time zone as it. Bill Burr's performance. Yeah. Yep. Sorry, I'm super late to that, but yes, absolutely. There was no. I don't remember any comedy from him at all, and I remember he was kind of an intimidating character. That was my take. The Mandalorian is very mad, but he was good in it. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to go back to The Mandalorian after what they did with Gina Carano. I thought that was really shitty of them. And some other things too, like Pedro Pascal is wearing thin on me. And I just don't have the interest, and I understand, based on the stuff that I'm seeing, the reactions I'm seeing, the quality of the series isn't super stellar. So it mostly feels like a lot of it is fan servicey type of stuff happening and not necessarily a lot of quality story writing. Though I was very happy about the casting of Rosario Dawson for Ahsoka because she's perfect. Perfect. In fact, from the time I saw Ahsoka in the first Clone Wars and the Clone Wars movie, the animated one, I thought Rosario Dawson, because she looks like her. I usually have a Bill Burr actually have a Bill Burr. Oh, okay, cool. Salem's Lot with Day. Yeah, one of my cousins said that that movie used to really scare her, especially that scene with the vampire hovering outside the window. I think it's a vampire child or something. The book, the Salem's Lot book, is I think my favorite Stephen King book. I loved that audiobook. Loved it. WB and other studios have been deleting shows and movies as text. Okay. Well, I guess we'll find out whether this happens with Salem's Lot. Dune is so dense that it actually justifies. Yeah, I was gonna mention something about that too. It does. Yeah, the two-parter of this feels justified. So, and I've heard that as well. That the second movie is action-packed. Maybe you were the one that told me, Simon. So I'm looking forward to that. So what, like I said, I'm looking forward to that aspect of it being more action-packed, because while I enjoyed the first one, okay, it was slow. I wasn't bored because I was trying to make sure that I was really focused on what was happening and I could follow the story, because there's so much about that world that I didn't know about and I didn't want to be totally lost. So I wasn't bored, but it was definitely slow. Colin, you have no idea how many times Arturo has rewatched the shorts that he made of you complaining about the downfall of America because of the lack of carbonation, or the degradation of carbonation in our sodas, and also Simon being high as crap and bursting out into giggles. We have seen that so many times. They're so funny. A bit flat emotionally. Yeah, yeah. I didn't have a huge emotional connection to it. Probably the one character I had the most emotional connection to was the character of Oscar Isaac, the father of the main character. Yeah. Oh, okay. Cool. Because I haven't seen him in many other things acting. Well, anything else acting wise, actually. The latest. Oh, really? Decided not to watch it. That guy on a poster just. Oh, okay. So Timothy Chalamet. Oh, Chibi. So Timothy Chalamet doesn't do it for you, huh? Okay. Yeah, well. Who do you see as someone that would fit in that role better than Timothy Chalamet? Not that I'm disputing you. I don't know anything much about his character, so some people feel like he was a great cast. Some people obviously don't. Oh gosh, I've been in love with. Oh, okay. I didn't see 7 Pounds because I think I knew what it was about, and the subject matter was like, no, it sounds depressing. I don't want to see it. So I didn't see it. But gosh, I can't remember when it was I first saw her in a movie. I've just known of her for so long. Can you imagine if I was high when Colin started? That would have been amazing. Yeah, that's funny. Oh my gosh, you just never know what will happen on those live streams, I swear. I'm also going to watch Colin's mom for a bit. I regrettably bought a 12-pack of mini AWs today, even though my last box had another dud. Well, Colin, AWs are not good for you. Soda is not good for you. You need to cut sugar out of your diet. Oh, okay. You're going to ask. Okay. I didn't know what you meant by that at first. Okay. All right. Well, so we've got the Salem's Lot issue answered. Dang it. Oh, no. Does it always make you laugh? Okay. Another film that I'm definitely planning to watch for the 2016 live stream is The Nice Guys. That's got a really solid rating on Letterboxd, y'all. 3.8. But gosh, I started watching it. I just couldn't get into it when I first started, but knowing that the live stream is coming up, that will light a fire under me, so I'll be watching it. I think I just got the oh, okay. I see. Yeah. The Nice Guys? Yeah, that's on my list. I've got several. Hold on. Let me bring because I have a list here of possible 2016 movies to watch. So let me go through. There were multiple ones. Okay, so I would like Arturo to see Arrival, Green Room. We've rewatched Rogue One. The Nice Guys, definitely. I don't know about the Bad Batch. I don't remember. Jason Bourne, I definitely want to see that. The Girl on the Train, I want Arturo to rewatch that. That's a book adaptation. And I thought it was a decent adaptation. They just, for whatever reason, decided to make it take place in the U.S. instead of the U.K., where the story originally takes place. Excuse me. And they got Emily Blunt, a UK actor, to play the American character. And she's fine as an American character. She's fine. But the whole time I'm watching it, I just was like, why? Why can't you have this happen over there? So, the Star Wars Vintage Collection 3.75. This is the one I have. Yeah, vintage. I remember my cousins used to have those. Stick with it with the the Nice Guys. Yeah, I will. I just watched Okay. So it's not like this movie's super old and it's been forever ago since I saw it, but maybe I'll click with it a little bit better this time. Is okay? Not okay. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I liked how dumb Ryan Gosling was. You know, he just does not. He just does zero for me, Colin. I just don't know. Like, I've seen so many things with him in it. I liked him okay in The Gray Man. But that might have been mostly because I just liked the genre. I liked the movie. Apparently, a lot of people who watched it weren't crazy about it. I thought it was good. I liked it. What is this movie? Oh, the Chupacabra. That doesn't... Wait. That doesn't even have any ratings. Sorry. Yeah, I've heard. Drive doesn't interest me. So I've never watched it. Okay. In Order of Disappearance. Oh yeah, I'm interested in that movie, but that's 2014. Sorry, I'm just going through my Letterboxd watch list. Yes, he is, and he is so not a Ken. He does not look like a Ken. As soon as I heard he was announced, I was just like, oh gosh, and I'd roll my eyes. No. If I was ever even remotely interested in it, him being cast as Ken completely decided against that for me. The Limehouse Golem. Oh, that's a 2016. Oh. Hold on, I'm gonna write this down. This is a 2016 movie called The Limehouse Golem. Okay. Although it would be fun to see remake of Dune with Arnie. Oh yeah, maybe, I don't know. This is Ryan. Yeah, exactly. I just. He just is so. He's so meh. He is so meh to me. Meh. Yeah, well, yeah, because he doesn't have to show any expression on his face. Why? Because he just like the lot. Yeah, no. I have Swiss Army Man written down. I don't remember if I have the Lobster written down. I have Swiss Army Man written down. I don't know. I think I know what that's about. I think, and That doesn't seem like something that's super interesting. Yeah. Same. Yes. It's coming out with Timothée Chalamet. What are they barking at? I don't know if you can hear them, but Sing Street? Yeah, again, Sing Street. Hold on. Oh, I think you mentioned this, didn't you? I put in my watch list, but thematically, this just isn't something, or genre-wise or whatever, this isn't something that looks super. I'm not into things like I started watching the Good Vibrations. I haven't finished it. I know, right? Why? I know. He plays great, slightly autistic characters like the one in Blade Runner. Yep, Green Room. Now, I have seen Green Room, but I wouldn't mind rewatching it because when I watched it, it was playing up on the TV while I was working. So, I remember the basics of the ending, but I don't remember a ton beyond that. Okay. Swiss Army Man, I think, is the one with Daniel Radcliffe, right? Gene Wilder. Yeah. I never saw the Johnny Depp version either, just because it just does not interest me. The Wonka prequel reminds me of the Mary Poppins prequel they did recently. The tone and look of the trailer. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, so I should probably. Oh, part of the reason also that I decided not to delay my live stream from 5:15 until later in the evening is because I figured, well, if I'm not doing a live stream of Sound Booth Theater, I'm going to actually do some work because I have work. Sound Booth Theater related work. We've got a release coming out tomorrow, like I said. So I need to make sure that everything works okay on our app and it shows up all right, it plays okay. Make sure got all the nuts and bolts in place on the website, and artwork is up, audio's up, synced, and all of that, and some other stuff that I need to work on for the platform. So I'm probably going to start to wrap this up. It's close to 7:30. I've been doing this for 2 hours already. It's time for supper, and also for me to get back to work. So I don't think I'm going to film anything tonight because I have things I actually need to. Oh, and I have to edit. I have to edit the Mission Impossible movie review. And then at some point I need to edit the Arnold movie review. And then I need to edit Badla. And then I need to edit Kill Baksoon. And then I need to edit episodes 9 and 10 of Cobra Kai Season 1. So, yeah. Oh, yeah. So many things to do. That's too bad. And I wonder why they're not going to bring it to the big screen. I mean, it doesn't surprise me that they would have trouble bringing it to screens outside of the US. They already had a hard enough time bringing it to the big screen here. But maybe eventually it'll be on streaming and you can see it then. So, thank you. Thank you very much, Shadow. I appreciate you stopping by. Saw X is set between... Oh, okay. I have only seen the first Saw. I haven't seen any of the others. I would like to watch Spiral, though, just because I want to see Chris Rock's dramatic acting in a horror movie. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks for stopping by. Thank you, Chris. I'm trying to run through everybody's comments. I don't want to cut anybody off. No, I didn't, Simon. But I do want to. I couldn't watch it at the time I had to leave. So when I saw it, so I will be checking that out and seeing what he has to say. I have seen some of the controversy. It feels really weird. It feels like I don't understand. I don't understand why there's this concerted effort to act like this movie is not true, or that the stuff about child and human adult sex trafficking is not true, because it is absolutely true. And it's just very telling to me some of the entities that have come out the strongest to disparage this film. It makes me wonder about them. How could anybody be against any sort of narrative or film that is opposed to this particular type of thing? Even if this movie it is fictional, pretend it is. Pretend it's not even based on anything like on Tim Ballard or whatever. Why would you be opposed to something like this? Because it is a thing. It is happening. So I just think that's stupid. But I'm curious to see what Dan has to say. I don't agree with his take on everything, but I do always appreciate listening to his take on things, because I like the way he breaks things down. He really loves the stuff he talks about. And it makes me excited to watch movies, just watching him talk about movies. Thank you very much, Phil. Thank you. I appreciate that. You too, Sashi. Yeah. Maybe he did. We'll see. However, if you do look in on the guy and his charity, they both look safe. If you're talking about Tim Ballard, I know that there's been some stuff, but I also know that the raid on the island was a thing. And so even if he overemphasizes or over-exaggerates certain things, I know that the stuff that he is said to be fighting against, I know this is a real problem. It's a definite issue. And to try to act like it's not, I think is really back-asswards. Like, totally. It doesn't make any sense. Even if you can't stand him. So I feel like that dislike for him and dislike for Jim Caviezel, that's affecting, and you know, I do that as well. I certainly do that as well. I have been guilty of that. But it's weird to me because it's acting like they're trying to negate that this is even a thing. That's what I don't understand. You could dislike the film in general, not want to watch it, maybe don't like the pacing, maybe don't like the actors. The film was good. I thought it was good. I had no cons to it. I thought the acting was good. But I think hating on the information, the things that are happening in real life with regard to this subject, it just feels like it's a weird argument for them to be making. I could see them going after the actor and the real guy personally or whatever, but to attack like the subject matter, stupid. Makes no sense to me. Anyway, I'll check out what Dan has to say. Maybe I'll watch it while I'm eating my supper or something. So, yes, yeah, it certainly can. That's true. It can. So, anyway, that's why I try not to get too political about stuff on here. I know it comes up, but I try to avoid that sort of thing too much. Stuff like what was insane gets put in an American couple attached. Oh, geez, that sucks. But the head lawyer for the UN, I think, on trafficking hates his organization because it doesn't impact it structurally. It just makes him temporarily feel like well, maybe the head lawyer for the UN just doesn't like it because maybe the guy is a little bit more effective about some things. I'm quite cynical about the UN in a lot of ways. So what the head lawyer says, that doesn't necessarily have the impact on me that maybe it would for other people. I have some issues with the UN. I have issues with a lot of those types of establishments because I feel like there's a lot of corruption and crap going on behind the scene. Anyway, thank you for Oh yeah, that was funny. That dude, that dude was crazy, crazy in a hilarious and wonderful way. I can't wait to see more of his stuff. People have advised me to watch An Idiot Abroad, so I'll try to check that out. And good night to you, Simon. And good night to everybody else. Thank you for everyone who dropped by to talk for a bit. This has been fun, and I'll do it again next year. At some point, I'll do another casual live stream probably in between. But I've made it a point every year to do an anniversary stream, and that will continue. And like I said, I'll be on again tomorrow night. I'll be broadcasting from Sound Booth Theater to my channel if we get it to working right. It's a feature you can do now on StreamYard. So anyway, oh, thank you, Chris. Thank you, Dulcimeris. It's good to see you. Trophy. Okay, you guys, thanks so much. I need to eat something. I'm getting hungry. Gotta take the dogs out. Gotta get back to work. So I will see you again next time. Colin and Simon, last Monday or Tuesday of July, good for you for live stream. I'll talk about it with y'all on Discord. Okay, you guys, and for anybody watching, still watching, I have a Discord if you want to check it out. I will try to remember to come back and put it in the description or pin a post in the comments of the live stream. Okay, you guys. Bye. Bye, Glenn, and happy birthday again. Adios.